Hi everybody, I've got some tips to help you finish off some of your exam preparation work and also go back and look at your coursework element as well. Okay, so this is an example only, but it gives you an idea of the structure that you need to deliver for your own preparation. So we've got here some artist research based on the artist Georgia O'Keeffe. As you can see, the layout of the image is lots of really beautiful small studies. A variety of media that's been used, some combined media going on here. So we've got some watercolour, we've got some acrylics, we've got a bit of black ink and biro that's in there. Not so clear perhaps for you to see, but obviously I'm able to give you that information. You can see some annotation here, quite short annotation. Keywords are also fine, so we have given you those books that I would like to refer to as well, please, that shows you all the kind of literacy element of the side of things. So you've got your keywords in there, your artist keywords, your framework, sentence starters, some really good support there for you to refer to, so please use that. So I would like you to, for your artist research, have a page, research at least 2 or 3 artists, have a page looking at their work, looking at secondary and primary images that you found that are in the style of that artist's work, and perhaps comparing that artist with another artist. So, you know, who have they been inspired by, or vice versa, and just kind of researching that more analytically as well, so making that very clear that you understand how that artist has created the work that they've done. Okay. So moving on, we've obviously got another artist here as well. This person here has looked at Henry Moore. Again, this is an example sheet only, but it's the layout that I'm really interested in. It's the layout that I want you to work towards. I want you to have that annotation. It's a beautiful story here. It's almost like a diary. So you are working towards your final outcome. So again, looking at primary and secondary images, researching really thoroughly, looking at mark making techniques, looking at how you can apply things, look at the different thicknesses of line. You've got some cross-hatching going on here. It's very clear what's being studied here, and the chosen media that's being used links very nicely kind of with the theme of skulls. So you've got watercolour here bleeding into the inks, using lots of water there. You've got pictures going on here that are cross-referencing against kind of the studies that they're looking at. Really, really nice piece of work here, and lots of media again. So again, telling a story, which is what you need to do. You need to tell a story towards your final outcome. So how do you feel? Where do you get your inspiration from? And where are you going towards?
Okay, so when you have completed your artist studies and you have completed secondary studies in the style of your artists and showed lots of experimentation, we would like you then to begin to take your own images. So these are called primary images. So it wouldn't be anything random. There would be objects or people or places related to what you've been studying so far. Once you've taken these photos, we would like you to be editing these photos. So this is called refinement and development. You can be doing this by hand editing, so by cutting your pictures up and experimenting with compositions. You can also be doing this on Photoshop, as we can see on this sheet here. It doesn't have to be really complex Photoshop editing, it can be quite simple, but as long as you can show that you have developed or adapted those photos in some way, that would be great. As you can see on here, as on previous slides, we've got lots of different studies, lots of different edits, and lots of just small pieces of annotation and keywords. Essentially what we're trying to do here is work out how you are going to get to your final piece, okay? Again, we've got more pages here. There's some hand editing here, showing different compositions, annotation. We've got small sketches, so that it's almost prep for your final piece, decide on what you want your composition to be, what you want that final idea to be. Screenshots of what you've done on Photoshop, explaining exactly what tools you've used. Okay. And then we get to our final piece, which is what you will do during your 10-hour exam, and that final piece is like the last page of a book, okay? It wants to be, all of your book has been your project so far. You have been figuring out how you get to this point. You've been working out how you get here through experimentation with media, through refining your ideas through Photoshop or by hand editing, by looking at artists, by doing lots of small different studies in lots of different ways. Okay, so you spend your 10 hours completing your final piece in the media that you feel the most comfortable and the most confident with, and working on a composition and image that suits your project and that really tells a story. And I think that's everything that we needed to tell you, so just good luck and try your best.